I can't say right now that the fight would be better. But what people, all I'm saying is that people, there are a lot of people out here right now that are talking like, damn, I wish Manny had been healthy, or what if Manny had been healthy? But you got that delegation of people that if Manny is healthy and he and Floyd fight again, they will definitely pay for it.
How much healthier is he going to be after a year, after shoulder surgery, and a year older? How much healthier will he be then? You're talking about an older man coming off of shoulder surgery, who, by the way, is a boxer. He's not like a soccer player, so he kind of needs that shoulder.
What I'm saying, just like I texted you last night, I said Manny might be done. Because that's the guy that is true. When you look at it from that perspective, I looked at it like that. Manny will be 37 this year. So that means, he'll be headed into year 38 next year, if him and Floyd, did decide to fight. And it's a lot to come back from that. So that's what I was saying. He might be done.
Yeah.
We might not see another Manny Pacquiao, because I don't know if coming right off of a shoulder surgery, if your first fight, you want to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Well, here's the thing. What I'm saying? I don't deny that we'll see him again, because he's a boxer, and for whatever reason, them dudes love getting hit in the face up until the point where they just can't anymore. So I'm not going to count that out.
But I talked about it a couple weeks ago. He and Freddie Roach already have an exit strategy. This not going to be one of these.
What's the exit strategy when you die?
It's not going to be one of these $5 pay-per-view boxers.
What's to convince me that it wouldn't? You've already convinced me that the dude is an idiot when it comes to business. So what's to convince me that he won't go after more money grabs?
Because I don't really think if he actually got a higher office in the Philippines, like the presidency, I don't think he could still do that.
That was a Freddie Roach thing. The man said he wasn't going to do that. Like Manny said he wasn't. That was Freddie Roach saying that dumb junk. And then Manny came out right after that and debunked it. Yeah, them dudes love getting hit in the face. I don't know why. And when the people, who did I hear? I heard Dan Patrick talking about Floyd today. Talking about, he says the next one's going to be his last one, but he's a boxer. Floyd is cut from a different cloth. His motivation is way, way, way different than the rest of these dudes. His motivation was already, I want to get an 8-figure check. Goal accomplished. I believe he can. 9. I believe he can walk away. I believe he's one of the dudes that can walk away, because his goal is different. It's not to be this, rough and tough boxer to show people how good a boxer I am. He's like, whatever. I'm gonna stand in the ring, bounce around, not get hit, and go home. I'm gonna go to the party afterwards. Well, the rest of these dudes go to the hospital to get checked for concussions. You know what I'm doing? After party, homeboy, every time. Yeah, he's a different dude. So when people think that, Floyd says it's going to be his last one, but you know how these boxers do. Yeah, guess what? Sugar Ray Leonard didn't get an 8-figure payday, 9-figure payday. Yep. He didn't get that. And when the money went low, guess what he did? Well, the one thing I can do is get hit in the head, so let me go back and do that again. Evander Holyfield.
But I don't know if you remember this, but Floyd retired for a brief moment and went to the WWE. You remember that?
God, the Big Show thing? Is that what that was?
Yeah, Big Show fought. They had a couple. It was a couple run-ins on Monday Night Raw that turned into a WrestleMania.
That was like an adult fighting a baby. That's what it looked like.
Right. And then Floyd knocked him out. Floyd put on some brass knuckles and knocked him out and won the match at WrestleMania. But and he said Vince McMahon paid him something like $100 million for that.
Yeah, I would venture to say that wasn't the actual truth, but okay, yeah, come on, my man, that's cool. This whole, I said it yesterday, if the conversation has to turn for any boxing fan to where you're trying to convince people of the entertainment value of your sport, guess what? It probably ain't that entertaining. Just 100% real. It probably ain't, because most things that are. You don't have to explain to people. You don't have to go into detail about why. You just don't understand the intricacies of it. Nah, but you know what I do? I understand my eyes. And when two dudes, when you call something a fight, I know what it looks like.
It's called a fight.
Yeah.
You're on a fight. Right.
The first time I got my first real experience to the world of MMA and UFC the way it is now, the current version with the rules and not just people ripping each other ball sacks off and spitting each other's eyes and all that crazy stuff that used to happen back in the day. Was after a fight, after a boxing match. I forget who it was, but it was boring as hell. And then we turned it And the first person I saw was like Anderson Silva, the Spider-Man. And I was like, oh,
yeah, that's all it takes.
I'm all about this life here. He kicked the hell out one dude and knocked him out cold. And for the rest of the night, we sat there watching that and it was crunk. So, yeah, there's just a different element to society now that's not going to adapt to the world of boxing. It's a much more...
you remember... Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's a much more patient, having to have, and we talked about it yesterday, having to have that nostalgic portion of your life be associated with boxing. That now, people don't have that no more. Like, who was the nostalgic person in my life? Iron Mike Tyson? A dude who bit another dude's ear off? Yeah, that's when I got out of the game.
Speaking of which, I gotta say this, because I didn't bring Mike Tyson up yesterday, right? I did see Mike Tyson when I was down in Vegas. He had a hot little Latina chick with him. I don't know if that was his wife or what, but she was hot. Anyway, this chick, we went down to the outlet. They got like the premium outlets right here down in Vegas. So we went over there Wednesday, and my homeboy was talking to this chick that was working at one of the stands, and she was like, "Oh my God!" She was like, "You'll never guess who came over here yesterday." And he was like, "Who?" She was like, "Mike Tyson," and he grabbed my butt. She was like, we were taking a selfie, and he grabbed my butt. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, she showed us that picture. Oh, my God. It was some dude that had got the henna tat, the Mike Tyson henna tat on his face. It wasn't even Mike Tyson, man. It was a random dude.
That's ridiculous. Damn, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
But, of course, when you see that tattoo, like, it's just like synonymous. Like, you just think, oh, yeah. He was like my color.
Yeah, and of course, all black dudes look alike, of course. So
he was my complexion. He did have a bald head, and he had a mouthful of gold. He didn't even have like one gold. He had a mouthful of gold.
Absolutely ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Speaking of, I saw Mike Tyson almost had to put hands on the dude at that fight too. Some little crazy white boy tried to hug on him and like, come on, my man, what's really happening? Yeah, come on, dude. This ain't the what was the movie? The Hangover. This ain't that.
Hangover.
You know what I mean? This ain't that. Well, actually, the dude got his ass knocked out in the Hangover too. So
that movie has inspired millions of white boys, though. Yeah, they all think Mike Tyson is approachable like that. Man. That ain't what you want.
Yeah, please believe. Even at age 50, whatever, you don't want that in your life at all. Yeah, crazy. This dude that talked to pigeons.
But I will tell you though, like, he is very approachable. Like I said, I didn't talk to him. I just saw him in passing this last week. But back in September, I had the opportunity to speak to him. And he's one of these dudes where, like, if he's not doing anything, like how Mike was just sitting in that seat, if dude had just said, "Mike, can I take a picture with you?" Mike would have said, "Yeah." But you trying to put your arm all around the man, you posing, and he don't know what the heck.
That's a sign of aggression immediately. First of all, you creeping up on me from the back, first of all, and now you touching me. I'm taking that as a sign of aggression. Immediately.
Oh, Mike starts throwing that bow. Mike starts like, "Hey, man, hey, you know what's attached to this elbow?"
Yeah, it's going to be bad for little Timmy or Johnny or whatever his damn name was, Carl. Whatever his damn name was, he was going to get it that day.
Well, now he got his own little hangover story because he went back up in the stands and him and his buddy was sitting there laughing about it.
Yeah, because it's funny that you didn't get hit for real. That's the funny part about it. Yeah, had he got you for real, that would have been the fight of the day. That would have been a knockout everybody was looking for. Dumbass.
That would have been the hit.
I don't know. Oh, the other things happening, too, as far as the fights go, while everybody's getting sued, Floyd's old lady, his ex-old lady is suing him for $5 million. $20 million. Manny's getting sued for $5 million. Floyd's getting sued for $20 million for defamation because of the story that he tells about him not actually stomping her out and then kicking her and choking her and all this kind of stuff in front of their kids, but actually restraining a woman who was high on drugs. So the defamation of character comes from him characterizing her as a drug addict. Last week when you went here, I read the statement that was written by their kid, man, of the events of that night.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of heartbreaking, man. That's a heartbreaking thing, man, for your kid to see that. That's a wild thing. And I was looking at something the other day on HLN Saturday when I was looking at watching all that CNN. I caught a little bit of HLN. These ladies were sitting around there talking, and apparently the young lady was doing an interview with CNN, And his son, now 13, kind of just bust up in there like, my dad is a damn coward. I was like, whoa. That, like, it wasn't even my son, but to hear that, your heart be like, ugh, what if my son called me a coward? Like, and had reason to, too. Not just like, I'm mad at my dad because he wouldn't get me the Jordans, but like had legitimate reason to call his pops a coward. Yeah, dude. Like, if Floyd got any bit of tiny little bit of soul in his body, yeah, that gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt deep too, dude. Like your seed is like, my pops is a coward. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah. But
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when your kids start getting involved, your kids not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that they're not gonna do. They're not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not about something like that.
It was very detailed too. Even down to he was like, he was in my daddy's car. It was a Maybach. He spelled it like Miboch, Maybach.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the kid is way too detailed for this to be something that somebody just put in his ear and said, write this down.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like again, when your kids start getting involved, I mean, like something like that, you gotta go ahead and be accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because your kids, the older they get, the more they go feel some kind of way. Yeah, they love the lifestyle that Floyd provides because they get the green side at the fight, they flying on the jet, they doing all that. But at the same time, in the back of their mind, that all that crap ain't gonna go away. Yeah. It's never gonna go away.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, and he just like for real, and it's sad that all of a sudden now this is the big thing. I mean, because I watched Overman yesterday just playing in the Mayweather fight. How he needed
all that grandstand and that ESPN, like him and Michelle Beadle and all that foolishness.
But I will say that I happened to be down there that day that all of that happened. Yeah, they banned the women.
I ain't even talking about. You know what? Let's talk about that here in a second. Let's do on this day real quick. Let's get that out the way real quick, and we'll because I got some stuff on Michelle Beadle here that I want to talk about. And so since you brought it up, we'll go back in time real quick like we do each and every day for our daily feature on this day.
It's the Sports Kings.
On this day. All right, let's get through this real quickly. In 1984, on this day, the third perfect game of the major leagues was thrown by Cy Young of the Boston Red Sox against the Philadelphia Athletics at the time. It was the first perfect game under the modern rules. On this day in 1922, a contract was awarded to New York's White Construction Company for the construction of the first Yankee Stadium. And on this day in 1925, Everett Scott of the New York Yankees ended his game playing streak of 1,307 games. On this day in 1956, Jim Bailey became the first runner to break the 4-minute mile in the U.S. He was clocked at 3 minutes, 58.5 seconds. You're a runner, dude. Is that still like something that holds up pretty tight? That 3 minutes and 58 seconds, or like dudes like blowing by that now? Because this was like 1956. So in 2015, what are we looking at as a good mile? Like a great mile, I should say. What's a great mile now?
Somewhere around there, like 3 miles. It's about 3. Hold on now, let me just back up. Hold on.
Yeah, he did 3:58.
3:8. Yeah, they doing it now. It's the Nigerians, man. I mean, it's a couple guys right now that run that they finishing the Peachtree Road race in like 18 minutes. And that's 6 miles. So about 3 minutes. Okay, something like that. On this day, 3 and 3:30. Yeah.
On this day in 1966, Willie Mays broke the National League record for home runs when he hit his 512th. On this day in 1978, the great Pete Rose of the Cincinnati Reds, the Big Red Machine, registered his 3,000th Major League hit. On this day in 1995, the game was played. The Orlando Magic beat the Boston Celtics. The game was played at Boston Garden. I don't know why I left that in. I should have deleted that. On this day in 2004, with his 352nd home run as a catcher, Mike Piazza of the Mets passed Carlton Fisk for most home runs hit by a catcher. And now Mike Piazza still has not been admitted into the Hall of Fame due to suspicion, not ever failing a test, but suspicion of steroid or PED use in his career. And finally, on this day in 2004, it was announced that Spider-Man 2 ads would appear on bases in Major League Baseball, in Major League games during the games from June 11th through the 13th. The plan was actually